Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome again, guys. Welcome to another video lecture by Kami Biology. Today in this video lecture, we are going to talk about another disease we call it Chikungunya disease. So let me write. Now, Chikungunya is a viral disease. Viral disease, and it is usually caused by the arboviruses. Arboviruses, which is usually belongs to the family of Togoviridae. Okay. Now, this Chikungunya viruses are usually the first outbreak of the Chikungunya viruses are observed in mankind. So, first outbreak was observed in mankind, which was the province of southern Tanzania. Southern Tanzania. So it was the province of southern Tanzania. Now, if we see the structure of Chikungunya viruses, or if we see the arboviruses which can cause the Chikungunya, so usually the structure of this viruses is spherical in shape. Spherical in shape. They have spikes arises. These viruses are the envelope viruses. So let's say this is the envelope area of the virus, and it's usually spherical. Their diameter is 10 millimeter. They have the diameter. Usually, they have also the nucleocapsid, which can enclose their genetic material. So they have a positive mRNA. Okay. Now, there are the spikes proteins are arises, which are usually in trimer shape. Okay, so these are the 80 trimer. These are the 80 R trimer spikes protein. These are what? 80, let me write, 80 trimer R shaped spikes, which are usually arises from the envelope area, and their envelope is made up of E proteins. Okay, and they usually the trimer is also made up of E1 and E2 proteins. Okay, these trimers are made up of E1 and E2 proteins. Now, this Chikungunya, as the name Chikungunya, so the name is derived from the mankind. Now, its name was derived from the mankind because the first outbreak was observed in mankind. And what does this Chikungunya means? As it is derived from the mankind language, so it means curved position of the patient. Curved position. Curved position usually happen due to the debilitating joint pain. So it is usually the debilitating joint pain. So that's why the name was given. The name was given Chikungunya. Now, this Chikungunya is usually caused by a mosquito, which we called as, usually it is caused by different kinds of mosquito. So we have different kinds of mosquitoes which is used as a vector. So mosquito, in this case, mosquito is used as a vector to carry this Chikungunya disease from one patient to another patient. Okay, so we have different kinds of mosquito. If we talked about the mosquitoes, so we have Aedes aegyptis. Aedes aegyptis, and we have Aedes albictus. we have Aedes albopictus. Usually these two mosquitoes are most commonly present in Asia. So we can say in Asia, the chikungunya is usually caused by Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus because it is usually found in Asia countries. We have Aedes tylori, Aedes forifer, we have Aedes vittatus. So these are the these mosquito are usually found in the these three mosquito are usually found in the Africa. So these are the mosquito which is used as a vector to transmit the chikungunya disease. Okay. Now we have also another way due to which the chikungunya disease is transmitted. We have blood transfusion. Blood transfusion. So if infected patient have these kinds of viruses in their blood, so they can also transmit once they denote the blood, so there may be a chances that healthy person may also get the chikungunya disease. Now these are the way of transmission, that how chikungunya viruses are transmitted. Then if we talked about the genome of the chikungunya viruses, so they have positive mRNA as we talked. Now if we talked about the genome of the this arbovirus, so usually the genome of this arbovirus which can cause chikungunya, positive mRNA, and the length of this genome is almost 12 kb length. So this is the length. And what actually happened if we talked about the genome, so they have two open reading frame. This genome have two open reading frame. The one we call that 5' and the other we call that 3'. So 5' open reading frame and the other is 3' open reading frame. Okay, now this 5' open reading frame are usually responsible for the non-structural proteins. So they can produce non-structural protein 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this 3' open reading frame are usually responsible, they have the genes which can code for the structural proteins, and we have structural proteins. And in this case we have C proteins, M proteins, N proteins, E proteins, and 6K proteins. So these are the structural proteins which are usually present at the 3' end. Now if we talked about the incubation period of each viruses, so the incubation period of each viruses is usually incubation period. So 3 to 12 days. So they have incubation period 3 to 12 days. Now then we have then how we will prevent ourselves from the chikungunya viruses. We can prevent ourselves from the chikungunya disease if we usually as we know that it is caused by mosquitoes, so we usually used mosquito spray. Use of mosquito spray. We can also use a net of mosquito. There is no vaccine is available for this, and we should take care of cleanness. We also wore the full sleeved cloth. Fully sleeved cloth, not just like that I wore. Okay, that's all about the prevention. Then we have the life cycle, and we have also the diagnosis, and we have also the treatment and everything. Okay, then we will discuss it later. So that's all about the chikungunya disease. After that, we have treatment, we have diagnosis, we have phases, we have some other life cycle, we have replications also, so etc. We will discuss all these things in our next video lecture. So thank you so much for watching this one video lecture. Thank you so much.